Yeah.
All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and destruction of Babylon the Great, which in the scriptures is known as America. But before we get into this lesson, I have to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at great millstone that rule and teach well. Salutations to the Akim that's lifting up the name Yahawashi and Yahawashi in all truth and all sincerity, man. Today we just gonna go in on the so-called UFOs, but we know them as the chariots of Israel, man. They coming to bring destruction to the wicked and salvation to the Lord's elect, man. And we just gonna get straight into the scriptures.
His second Esdras, the 13th chapter. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof.
Now that wind and that sea is not talking about coming out the actual waters that is like ocean. It's talking about out the sky, out the sea, because above you is water and beneath you is water. That's common sense. You breathe in what? H2O.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven.
That man is talking about who the world only calls Jesus Christ. But in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, his true name is Yahawashi. And it says wax strong with the thousands of heaven. Get Psalms 68 and 17 just real quick. Because the thousands of heaven is talking about the angels and the chariots. He's coming back with vengeance in his heart.
This is angels. This is Psalms 68 and 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai.
As in Sinai, because when Moses got the commandments in Sinai, the Most High came down in the chariot. But it said it's 20,000 and thousands of angels. Get 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. Because the Most High is a man of war, man. That's why I say the host. The word host just means armies. He got an army of angels, man.
This 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
With his mighty angels. Now we just read the chariots of the Most High are thousands, even thousands of angels. So he coming back with thousands of chariots, thousands of angels. Everybody gonna see when he cracked them clouds. Go back.
Hey.
I just want to get that point.
Okay.
Like that second Esdras.
This is second Esdras, back to second Esdras, the 13th chapter, and 3rd verse. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens.
We already said that those are the chariots and the angels.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
All the people, all the animals, all the things, everything.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Yeah, because he was zapping them with concentrated laser beams, man. He was zapping you, man. He is coming back not as a man, he's coming back as an angelic power, man, a force to be reckoned with. Name some like a movie or a cartoon or something like that.
It was Independence Day, when that fire zapped down, when that beam zapped down from the so-called UFOs. Steven Spielberg actually admitted that he got that whole depiction, that whole scene from the Bible. Yep, from Ezekiel. You know, the first chapter. So yeah, these Edomites and like these big time Hollywood script writers and directors, they know that the scriptures are really real and everything, and they know what this is going into at the end of the day. All these scriptures, when they speaking of the chariots, they know that's going into basically these so-called UFOs. So it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. like as the earth faileth when it fleeth the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
What's that talking about? That's talking about all these different armies, all these different generals from the American government to China to Russia. They're going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is over in the Middle East, fighting each other. And when that man wax strong with the thousands of heaven, they going to stop they fight and try to fight Yahawashi. Jump to the Revelations now.
This is Revelations 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
That's not talking about an actual war in heaven. Everyone knows everything in heaven got order. So nothing in heaven will ever go against the Most High. It's 4 dimensions, man. You got the first heaven, the second heaven, the third heaven, and then you got the realm, the spiritual realm where the Most High dwells. Now, the war in heaven is talking about the war in the sky. You know what I mean? They go count with they fighter jets and things of that.
Because if you remember, like, I don't know, it was a couple months ago, a half a year, Trump was talking about assembling the space army, the Space Force, the Space Army, and that's what he assembling it for, basically, for that threat, for that outside threat.
It was one of the presidents that said something. Was it?
It was Ronald Reagan. It was a war on drugs and then a war on extraterrestrial or something like that.
So look, man, these people been seeing so-called flying saucers for years on top of years. There's so much video out now. You could look on Facebook, you could look on Instagram and see people
spotting it,
holding their phones up like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? I mean, seriously, these
spotting chariots, man.
Yeah, man, you people are in trouble, man. And you can go back to that second answer. Let's just some more on there. You want to get?
We can go back to second answers.
Yeah, man. These people got some things to worry about, man. If you a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian, man, you best to repent and get your life in order, man, because we in the last days, and the Most High send his angels to watch over us every day, man. There's always chariots out here, man. There's probably chariots out here right now.
Yeah, even them stars, like in constellations, could possibly be chariots. That's sitting up there just watching, just posted, just waiting. But so this is second Esdras 13 and 6. It say, no, but you know, one part that about this is about 5 is where it say to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Like, they're gonna actually try to arrest Yahawashi and the angels, though. Like, what kind of fool do you gotta be to even try to arrest Yahawashi? But this is 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Now that mountain is not talking about an actual mountain. It's talking about a so-called UFO, man. It's talking about the chariots, man. He's coming on a Father's ship, man. That's so big, Esdras couldn't even see how big it was. It was that big.
Okay. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Because they never go see nothing like this, man. So-called spaceships coming from a whole totally different realm. These people go shit they so. But it say, and durst fight, because the Most High go put the spirit on them to make them fight, man. Just to have some fun, man, to make some light work, man.
Yeah, just like he did Pharaoh to keep
hardening
his heart. He gonna do this to these wicked ass armies and generals and captains and all the kings. You know what I'm saying? They all gonna still fight. You know they gonna be scared shitting on themselves, man. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
No, you got to read that back slow.
Okay. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
So he didn't lift up a hand, a finger, a gun, or nothing. Let's see what he did, though.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
That's that concentrated lasers, man. He's coming back as a destroyer, man. He's coming back with spiritual powers, man. If he thinks something, he can make it happen. We talking about the Son of the Most High. It's nothing impossible, man. It might sound impossible to you, but it don't to us. We got faith in this, man.
God, he came back to have some fun because he could just snap his finger.
Right.
He came back to have some fun with these niggas. Okay, but I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And that was in that movie too, how you'll see like the electricity just build up and then wow, just blast and disintegrate shit.
What's that other movie, man?
The End of Days with Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and it was evaporating them. Yep. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
So he vaporized their ass. It's saying he neither lifted up hand or sword, but out of his mouth came laser beams. Then it just say, it say nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. Meaning he vaporized their ass, man. Zapped their ass, man. This is what's gonna happen to the wicked of these other nations, 2/3 of our own people, man. Man, he's coming back in a killing sensation and a wrath, man. He say it's nothing but vengeance in his heart, man. He got this on his mind for the wicked.
It's like if you make it through, all of this, Jacob Trouble, the chip, everything, you know what I'm saying, the famine, the pestilence, the big boss you gotta fight is Yahawashi. There goes your consolation prize right there, fucking vaporizing your ass, man.
Isaiah 66, 15, 16. So we close out with that.
Isaiah 56 and
66.
Oh, 66. Okay, yeah, kind of. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Back with them chariots again, man. They keep saying he coming back with chariots, man. Because he coming back on so-called UFOs, but they keep calling them chariots. And we keep spotting chariots everywhere, man. Just Google UFO, go on YouTube, type in UFO, go on Facebook, man. Go on Instagram, man. Even the Pentagon leaked 3 videos showing you real, actual footage of UFOs, man.
And it's a video with an Edomite speaking on him seeing UFOs, and he actually seen people step off, and he said they were black men, tall black men. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So we talking about the Most High Son, Yahweh by Shem, Yahawashi. He said he coming back and chariots to render his anger with flames and rebukes of flames of fire, man. He coming back to destroy, man. Them chariots, man, ain't nothing you can do to a chariot. How can you beat something that's not from this world? How?
Okay.
It's impossible, man. They gonna have fun with these nations and with these people, man.
Okay. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
And that word plead means to judge. He coming back to judge the nations, the heathen nations. He coming back to judge the 2/3 of our own people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, on your father's bloodline, because that's what that's what makes a nation, man. The seed of the man. Shit, you got something else?
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain, get Jeremiah 25:33. The slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Let's see how many the slain of the Lord is go be. The slain mean the killing. He coming back in the killing force. The book of Amos, the 5th chapter, around the 18th verse, say, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. But what end is it for you, man? I mean, it's not gonna be a good day, man.
Okay.
Churches tell you, oh, God is all love, Jesus is all love, he coming back to hand out gifts. No, yeah, well, actually, yeah, he's coming to pay you
What you do, what you pray your reward, what you deserve. Yeah, whether if it's good or bad.
Right.
Hey, even the angels tremble when they see the Lord in the presence of him. Even the angels fear the Lord. So how much more should we fear him if his own army fear him?
Since you're talking about fear, before you get that, well, no, you can get that first. Because it said, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
This is Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth.
What that means, it's going to be a lot of dead bodies, because the Lord is coming to slay people from one end of the earth even to the other, man. Even to the other, man, because he's coming back. He's going straight to where? The Middle East. So he go come from the east. After he put in work there, he go make his way across the globe, slaying shit, man. Putting people in shackles, man. Since you said the fear of the Lord and the angels, get Psalms 119 and 120, and we close out on the fear of the Lord, man. Because the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High, man. You have to fear him, man, and his son.
This is Psalms 119 and 120. My flesh trembleth from fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments.
Because you're supposed to be afraid of the Most High, man. Read it one more time.
Psalms 119 and 120. My flesh trembleth from the fear of thee.
Because he said, my flesh trembleth. Trembleth, man. So scared, because nowadays there's no fear of the Most High in the world. People fear Esau. People scared to go to jail. People scared to get shot, not even knowing that the Creator makes all of these things happen. So why fear man when you're supposed to fear the Creator?
And when you trembling, that's actually like, that's, you can't hide that. Like, you trembling, that's just like involuntary though.
Everybody see that.
Yeah, everybody see that, and you can't control it. You can try to fake like you're not scared all you want to, but when you tremble, that's a real fear, man. Hey, and that's righteous though, to fear the Lord. So again, my flesh trembleth from the fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments.
You're supposed to be afraid of the Most High judgments, man. Because his judgments play out every day, man. You see a nigga get shot, get stabbed, get hit by a car. That's all judgment of the Heavenly Father. But what you just heard about these chariots and how they coming back to zap people to dust and powder and smoke, that should put fear in you right there alone, man. So with that, man, we hope that was edifying through the power and spirit of the Most High. Shalom and Abba Abba.
Shalom.